Let's see how we go. Let's open up YouTube open. Let me see if we've got anything coming through on Twitch. Potentially. Come on. Nothing's happening yet. OBS says that I'm all good to go, but nothing's happening on YouTube that I can see. It might take a while because it's got to go through another server. If that's the case, then you'll see me talking about nothing happening when something is happening. Come on. Does no software work for multi-streaming on Mac OS? What's going on? This is silly. Oh, okay, looks like I am. I was just in the wrong area on YouTube. And it looks like Twitch isn't working. Oh, here we go. Oh, it was... I had something for a second there. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I'm back on YouTube. Great. I'm not on Twitch. Let's go view on Twitch and see if anything pops up. Could be in the wrong spot. Huh. Still nothing coming through. It's still completely blank. Anyway, here's the link to it. There's the Twitch one. But my stream is just empty. Nothing. Ah, got it. Excellent. Hey, it works. Okay, cool. Alright, so now I'm streaming on both. I think it's probably safe to close this down, and I think I've got a chat. Yes, I do. So we have a problem with the bitrate. Twitch, YouTube, please set bitrate value less than 6,000. Okay. Do I need to do that? Less than 6,000. Okay. Settings. Output. Why is it telling me to do that? Okay. Okay, I've changed it. I've made it 6,000. Let's see what happens. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier on my computer too. Okay. Yeah, so I'm back. There's the Twitch link for people watching on YouTube. And I should probably put the YouTube link for people watching on Twitch. If I type something in if I type something in this chat, does it appear on both platforms? Yeah, I think it does. So it's on Twitch, on YouTube. Hey, yes, excellent. Okay, cool. All right, so let's keep going. I just gotta remember to look over here at chat, not over here at me YouTube stuff. So okay. Yeah, okay, so to get the link for this, let's just grab that real quick. And I'll throw this in here too, so for anyone watching, looks like you can't paste in there. Have to right click and paste, that's okay. There we go. Let's fix up my camera. It's got, man, this thing's got such a wide angle on it. Okay. I'll give you some more light too. Okay, here we go. Back to it. Well, we gotta put the mushroom lamp on too. Super important. Excellent. Oh man, where were we before that massive sidetrack? Okay, so we've got we're going to fix up this search bar on the sound effects screen, right? So I think I've already deleted it. Yeah, I have. So I'm just going to drop that other one, and then we're going to focus on this. I forgot to zoom in, so good thing we kind of did to get that distraction. So I remember to do that. Yeah, look, the downside with SwiftUI in particular is that you can't, like, everything's nested, right? How annoying. So you get these long it's not a very good streaming sort of language. I'd say, framework. I'd say UIKit, at least you could have little blocks of you know, at the top level, little blocks of code, but that's okay. Oh yeah. So what we need to do is at the top here, we want to put, I think, on. Actually, it's probably important that we bring back that other view, because I do want to see. I want to kind of make them sort of the same, right? I'm gonna drop that there. Ambient picker view. All right, shut the top. Yeah, VStack makes sense. Definitely need that because I don't want to put the search inside the scroll view. I think it's a black screen on Twitch. Yeah, that's what I had before, and then I opened up a different link. I've probably sent you. If you click, there's probably, hang on. So on Twitch, you'll probably see like the stream with a black screen and there's like a box in the top right. That's the link you gotta click on. Let me grab it for you. Here you go. So that's the direct link to the video that's playing. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I might need to mess with the settings on that, but yeah, it's a blank screen and then you click on the little question mark thing and then it loads. And you know what? That software I was using before, when I was complaining about saying, oh, it doesn't work and I was going to get a refund on it, I think this is the same problem. I'll have to look into it, because if I can get away with using the other software instead of this, I'll be happier, because this one's expensive. Yeah. And it appears as though my bitrate hasn't changed, hasn't dropped. Like I changed the settings in OBS and it seems to still be the same, which is kind of annoying. Doesn't matter. Let's move on. This is a good. It's good enough for now. Anyway, right? Well, that's what I would say. It's good enough for now. Gosh, unless there's something I need to do in Twitch, like maybe no one else will be able to find it. I don't know. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to it. Okay, so on the ambience picker view, we have our little H stack at the top with our search, and this is exactly what we're going to go for here. I think I've got a button for the play. We don't need that. We might set some different preview settings on the sound effects picker. So like we might have like a, so at the moment when you tap on one of these, it'll play the sound, and then if you tap on it again before the sound's finished, it'll stop the sound. I might put a setting up there that's like lets you layer them, so you can just keep pressing the button over and over again, and it'll keep it'll stack on top of itself. That's for later. This is much better than what it was before, so I'm happy with yeah, I'm so happy with how that looks now. So it's better than what it was, I think. It's still not great. Like, it'd be good if we could like push this off to the side and stuff. But anyway, let's change the search sound effects. So that's done. I think that's it. I think that's what we need. Let's just do a quick test of that to make sure we haven't broken anything. So if I say fire, we get like a fireball. I gotta add more of those. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's say that's finished. That's done. Let's do something with this little play button up here. We can drop that away. Yeah, it's annoying. We got to keep reloading the app. But like I said the other day, the core data stuff messes with the previews. There is a way to get them to work, and I followed the instructions very closely on how to do that. And then I've messed with them as well. It's not working for my app in particular. I get weird errors. Not very useful ones, because they always redirect me to the same help pages that have instructions that do not work. So we just have to deal with it. So let's add some padding to this button. I think it's an okay size. Yeah, it's fine. And I think what we'll do is when you tap it, it will change to not pause, maybe a stop button, because then we'll just like stop all these sounds. At least I subscribe to the black screen will be removed. Yeah. Yeah. I sent you. Oh, I sent it on. Hang on. Let me send it here. Oh, you're on YouTube as well. Here's a link to the actual stream on Twitch. Yeah, it's weird. You go to my profile and it's got the black screen, and then it's like, oh, your latest video is up here on the right, but that's the one that's streaming right now. So I think there's going to be a bug in the software somewhere. I've set up something incorrectly. I don't know how anyone's going to be able to discover the video if it's just completely blank and nothing's happening. So if I go to Twitch and I go to my stream manager on the dashboard, it is a blank screen, and it says I'm offline, but I'm not offline. I'm online. I don't know what's going on with Twitch settings. So if I go back Twitch, can I see myself online? If I go to my, yeah, it says if I search for me, it says I'm live, and then I go to that screen, it says, hey, you're live. There's even a chat The chat's working fine. But you have to click on that question mark video thing to get into it. I think. Maybe this is a different video. No, it's the right one. It's even got chat in there. Yeah, sorry about that. I've tried. Yeah. How much user experience do you have as an iOS developer? Probably 10, I think. I started in like 2011. Ooh. Nearly 12 years experience. That's enough to move to another country without a degree, I think, isn't it? You got professional experience in something. I've got this is bothering me too much. Hang on, give me a second. Twitch, black screen. Okay, if it loses its connection, it can go black, fine. That's not what the issue is though. Why are my Twitch streams not loading? Great. This is from 2021. DNS settings, IP settings, hardware acceleration. Browser problems, router issues, server issues. Yeah, all this is going through Restream though. This is dumb. None of these things help. So we can update titles on this thing. Let me see if I set the titles of this stream details to something else, see if that fixes it for you. Like, I know you're probably going to bed soon and all that, so, but it'd be good to get it fixed anyway. So I've changed, made some updates there. It could also be my bitrate is too high or something, and then it's just decided not to do it. Did you have a full-time job? If yes, which kind of app this company was working on? Yeah, I've had a few. I've had a few full-time jobs. I think I mentioned in an earlier stream that I've worked on. So in Australia here, we have our own branch of Target, and so I worked on the Target app for them. I've worked on the Baskin Robbins app, and then also like a whole bunch of different government apps as well. Am I streaming on Twitch yet? Not yet. Super weird. Go to the home, it says you are live, and that disappears. This is a weird situation. Yeah, completely black screen. Strange. I can see the chat and everything. I did the settings, change the settings. Video is completely black, it doesn't load. Let's report the issue. I don't know. Maybe someone will go fix it for me. Who knows? I think that's the best. That's probably the best I can do. Sorry about that. I'll have a play around with it a little bit later. I don't want to waste any more time on it because I know like it's just boring watching me do that. So, yeah, I answered your question. That's good. Okay, so here we need to go with we've got a view model, we've got the player. So if I go players, yeah, okay, so this thing here, this player needs to be updated as well. So we do have this fade in, fade out working, so I can delete that reminder. So the next thing I need to do is track when things are playing when they've stopped, right? And the thing is, I've got multiple players because we're going to have multiple sounds playing at the same time. My dog is going off. Might have to get up and do something about that. You might be alright. Yeah, track error. So here I need to... I'll just add a bigger reminder because I just forgot what track error means. Track can mean song error. Okay, so we've got a check to see if it's playing. So I think... stop all... What do we got? We've got stop all the players, and then what we do is we also, when we go play, we pass through a loop. Play stop. Yeah, so this is a toggle. We can probably remove this. So if I say, I don't think we need to play and stop them individually at what we probably want to do is do like a play all or a stop all, because they're designed to be played on top of each other, right? And I think if we need to redo this because on the sound effects, we've got this thing set up like where we go play stop, right? So you tap the sound effect, it'll make a noise, and they're only short bursts of noise, and then they'll stop, stop when they finish playing, or you can tap them again to stop them. I think for my dog's come in. They've been too naughty outside. Hey boy, why don't you go sit? So what I want to do is, I think due to the nature of this particular screen, when you pop it open, you hit play, all of them need to play at once, the ones that you've got selected. And then if that play button is tapped, like if the play button is set to this thing here, if this is on, we need, and then you tap another one, we need it to start playing immediately. And you tap on it and then you want it to stop. So there's going to be a little bit of logic here we need to sort out, right? So we need to be able to play individual sounds, which is what we got here, but it's not going to be called play. It's going to be called add, right? Because we'll need to keep track. We'll do it published. Yes. Is playing. And I'll set this to false to begin with, right? And then so in here, we need to go, let's just set up the UI while we're at it. And we got ambience player dot is playing. We set the image to stop dot fill. And if it's not playing, we set it to play. Right? So if I get rid of that for a second, we run this. I can show you really quick. Oh, I won't change it because we're not actually changing it, right? So we need to do that now. So let's go, what was it again? Ambience player dot is playing toggle. So we can toggle it back and forth. So we pop this back open and we just go that. So now we got the play and stop buttons. It's a bit small, right? So that's toggling and that's working. I've got to do something about that little push that's... I'm guessing there's different sizes, so we'll set the size. Let's set the frame width and let's set this to like the 30 and just see how that goes. I want to make sure it's not jumping all over the place. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. And I think I want the padding to be trailing. So we get a bit closer to the search. Yeah, so that's a bit better. All right, so we've got play and stop. And this will just keep going. I think maybe in an animation around it. So like you hit play and then maybe there's a circle that's just going around it just to be like something's happening, because otherwise it kind of doesn't draw your eye when it's just the square. So we can do that too. But we want it so that when it's in play mode, any that are selected are playing. You tap on one, that starts playing. You tap on a different one, it stops playing. And it's all based on what is in this list. Or we have a list of heck, we'll need to initialize it with when this screen loads, right? We go to the ambience player, and then when it loads, we actually tell it to when it disappears, it stops all. When it loads, I think we set up, there's got to be a something around here where we do a search. Because otherwise, how does it know what to show selected? Oh, it's not the player that keeps track, it is the UI that keeps track. So we've got this up here. This is what can tell which items are selected and which are not. And so anytime this list changes, we need to, yeah, anytime this list changes, anytime it changes, we need to go over to the player and update that. All right. And this is a list because we go first. So we know this is a collection of some sort. Yeah. I think fetch results, yeah, is a collection of some sort. And so when this updates, so if I come down, so theoretically I should be able to come down here and just be like on change of, I hope. Needs to conform to equatable, and I don't think it does. Can we do on receive? Does it have a publisher? Probably not, does it? Object will change. It's not a publisher. Oh no, it's the wrong one. What am I doing? Yeah, it's called Encounter Ambience. There we go. No, we still don't get. I need to detect the changes in this. So when this model, have we got access to? manage object context. Is that correct? Yep. Maybe we can do something if something changes in the context. Has changes. Okay, we need to do. I don't think I'm going to be able to just bundle it all up in a nice little neat package as far as like using one source of truth to determine when things have been updated, right? So like if you tap on one of these, we say delete from core data, we say add to. We might just have to double up on this. Like I might just have to go add to on here as well. So like my idea, I guess, is to just replicate sort of what I got with core data, right? So I say add loop. So this is add, not play. So we want to add it to a list of items that can be played. And I think when this launches, we're going to have to populate this list, and then we can add or remove items from it as we tap a row. I think that's probably the only way to go about it. So when we load, we've got all of these on up here. We got load amp. So it's loading them here. So in this case, what we would need to do is just go ambience player dot. Actually, what we could do is for loop in encounter ambience, and then we go like the player add loop. And I think I have. It might be the other way around, actually. It might be ambient loop, and then you add, not ambient loop, ambient sound. See what I mean where they get confused? And I think there's a function on here that converts it to a managed object, but I don't have one that goes the opposite direction. So I think what I need to do, because this probably won't work. It did work. Oh, of course it worked because I'm passing through a loop, not the sound. No, this works. This is good. This will be good. Okay. So I guess the next step is to start adding these to a list, right? So what happens is we load this screen, right? The picker view. And then when we load, we need to load in these check marks, so we know which ones are associated with that particular scene. And we do that by running this code, right? And then once that's populated, we can do like a check, and then we set these down here on these rows is selected based on whether that search we did contains that item in that row. So that works. And what we need to do also is set up the ambience player to have a list of these. Which reflects exactly what's in this one here, right? It starts out empty. And when we say add, if anything, I feel like this should be a set. Because you can only have one playing at any time anyway. And then that will take care of, like if we add the same one again, it should take care of that. And at least we can look them up much quicker as well because they're hashed in the set. So I guess what we can do is like, have we got to remove? So we check this selected state, and then we do all this logic here with how many maximum you can put in there. I say we can leave that here, or we can move it into, yeah, we'll move it into the one location over here, right? So we'll do the check here. So if loops contains loop, the one we just passed in, we'll go loops, remove loop, else loops, insert, it doesn't matter what order, loop. So instead of add loop, it should probably be something else, like, because it could be add remove, we could have toggle. It's kind of like a Boolean type deal. Let's just go add remove for a name, and then I'll come back down here and fix this up. Add remove loop. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? We need a separate one. What we need to do, because during setup it needs to be different. So we need to bypass this add remove toggle, right? We just insert them. So on setup, we want to add them all because there's not going to be anything in there to start with, right? And if there is, it doesn't matter, just set them again. And so this play stop can probably go up here. We can do our little, we don't have to do our check anymore, I don't think. So if we go first where name, we go delete from core data. So when we tap it, we want to delete. Oh, we probably still need these in here because we're doing a deletion. And then we stop the music for that sound, and we want the player to handle this when it's been removed, right? So like if we say ambience player dot remove, yeah, it looks like we can't use this logic there. So what we have to do is just access it directly, I guess. Loops, remove, loop. And we're not doing any of this start stop business because that's handled elsewhere. We need to remove the play. We've got, let me just make this a little bit easier to read. So we've got if let loop. Yeah, so if this is found within our core data where the names match, so this means this is selected, we will delete it when it's tapped. We want to remove it because we're toggling it on and off, right? And then we remove it from the loops that are playing on the player. Otherwise, we get the selected encounter. Do we need to do, yes, we do need to do this. Do we need to do this? That screen can't open unless there's an encounter selected. What do we do with it? Add to. Oh yeah, we need it because it's the one, because we need to add them to it. Yes. Okay, so cool. And this returns an ambient loop. So this is working out really well. So I've put this here because we kind of needed it. It's not being used here, right? But now we can use it. So I can just go ambience player. We go loops and we go insert loop. Cool. And now that's for the search. We basically do the exact same thing. Are these both identical now? They would be, wouldn't they? So let's just clean this up, right? So we don't need to do this here. Really, we can do the same thing. We can make this work by just, I don't even know why I didn't do this before. If it's empty, we use all the sounds. Otherwise, we use viewModel dot search results, right? I think we can get away with using the exact same list. Are there any differences besides the ones we just made, right? This is the same row. I haven't got anything fancy going on. I think we can get rid of that. I think we can clean that up. God, this is way better. If it works. And we just got a single list. I have the feeling I can do that over on the sound effects screen as well. So if I go fire, yeah, that all works. Good, good. Add and remove. I assume that's going to be working over here as well in the player. So we can add and remove items. And now I think all we need is like play all. I'll keep this down here just in case we want to like do single previews later. But this will be not in use, I would say. Oh no, we can actually loop through and do it and reuse this. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Let's do that. So like if we go we might not need to do any checks here. Because we can just call play all at any time this set changes, we could just call play all. Oh, we got some code completion there. For loop in loops, play, loop. And do we want stop all? Play all. What is where are we calling stop all? We're calling it on disappear. Player value stop. I think what we want to do, we're calling stop file name anywhere. We do have a fade happening there. So one of the things I implemented a little while back was the ability for these to fade in and out. And I don't think this is being used, is it? How do we get the callers? No one's calling that function. I didn't write that too long ago, so why did I do that? Gosh. We got this play. Let's just go back over this again. We've got, okay, so it pulls out the item from we've got, yeah, we're grabbing the file from disk. If the players array contains a player already for this, and it's not playing, we set the volume to 0 to start with. We prepare to play, and then we set the volume to whatever the player has, the user has selected. And up here we're going to put volume controls anyway. I'm going to put volume controls on each row, and so that the user can like mix these how they like. It's just going to be like a little slider. I think that's sort of the best approach for that. It might be a case of having a horizontal slider here. You can just drag, or you tap, hold, and then it pops up a thing you can go up and down on. We'll see how we go. The next, yeah. So, and then in here we've got the opposite, right? Do we got the opposite? No, if it hasn't been created, if it doesn't exist yet, we create one. And so all this code does here is it saves a little bit, some CPU cycles from like, if it already exists, let's not bother with creating a new audio player. We'll just reuse the one that's already in there. And then we stop all removes all the players. What if we said stop all and invalidate? We can do it that way, because this sets them all to nil, and we only want to do that when the view disappears. Stop all, we want it to stop. If the user manually taps stop, we want them to fade out, which is this here. Right, so stop all should really be, oh, we're already doing, I guess we can call stop. This should kind of be in a loop, right? So let's try this. Let's make this private for now, along with this one. And then maybe we'll unprivate later if we want to do individual sounds. But for now, yeah, I want to start and stop them all at once, no matter what happens. Like if you tap a new row, they all start again. Only so that they all synced up and play together at the same time. And not just that, but because it's easier for me than having to manage all that. So we'll go with, yeah, I think we set it to nil. I just wonder if there's, because of this delay, the reason for this delay is so that we can, before setting it to nil, we wait for the volume to fade out to 0. And I worry that once we dismiss the screen, will we even get to that point? I feel like we need an instant stop when the screen dismisses, because it might disappear and then they'll just keep playing anyway, because this code here will not be run. Oh, will it? Let's just go for it. Let's go stop all, and we'll just go for loop in loops stop file name. Let's just go with that and see what happens. So we got stop all working, then we got play all that needs to work. So anytime we add or remove one of these, we need to do a check. So if we say play all is playing equals true, we'll do that immediately. And then for this, we will have at the end is playing equals false. Cool. And like that might actually be enough to start using this button. Am I hearing anything? Oh, because we're not doing anything. He's playing. On change of his playing, we need to. Oh, is this? I want that button toggled to make it happen. You know, the fades are kind of messing me up here, because I feel like when you say stop all, is playing needs to be set to false once everything's completed and the fade outs are done. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid a loop here where you set play and then you set the. Yeah, okay, let's just remove those from that, and then we'll just do it up here. We hit toggle, and then here, when this changes, did set, and we'll just say, if is playing, we say play all. This is on did set, so after it's been set. Otherwise, we say stop all. We should get some sounds happening now. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that. Can I add the simulator as a... Give me a sec. Let's see if I can add the sim. Capture. Go with the simulator. Right, so we got the sim up. We're not getting any sound from the simulator. It does not route its audio out. What if we did application? Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, well. Yeah, you're not going to be able to hear the ambience, but that's fine. If we hit stop, it all stops. That's great. If we dismiss, it fades out and dismisses. Excellent. When we pop it open, though, let's set it to... Oh, because we're called stop. We can't do that. We need to say ambience player is playing equals false. And I think we can get away with making the rest of these private as well. And so then it's just the toggle on is playing. Yeah, this works really well. Now the idea is when we change this, change the selections, it needs to update. So what's going on now? What have we got? And now it's continuing. It's continuing to play. All right. We need to fix that. Hang on. When we add to... When we add or remove, we do a load, and then in here we need to, yeah, this is a good point. So we can't keep adding, we can't keep inserting. Ooh, okay, so when this happens, we probably should remove everything. Can we do it this way? Ambience player with loops. Insert. Can we insert? Can we insert a collection? Doesn't look like it. Oh well, so we have to do the for loop. All right, so first up, let's remove everything first. Loops dot remove all. What have I done? Cool. So remove everything when we Should we... My stomach. I'm so hungry. If we set... Remove everything, add some new ones in. Load is called... We're already doing it. We don't really need to worry about that. That was kind of silly of me, I think. Because we remove it anyway. When we call load. I think this should be done on a peer, just done once. Let's not go through it multiple times. Okay, so when we add one of these, we need to, if it's playing, we need to play, also play it. Yeah, interesting. Is it going to be annoying if when we add a new one, we stop all, then we play all? So if it's playing, we stop them all and then we play them all. Where they all go. It's still got, I can hear another. When I tap another one, the sound of the fire comes back. There's something going on. I'll be back in a little bit. Just need to grab myself a snack. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Let's get back into it. Still... Oh, hold up a second. Just getting messages from my wife. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. I'm still really confused with how Twitch isn't passing through my video at all. It's freaking weird. It's funny if you go to the link, the other video, it's an hour long now, but Twitch is treating it as if it's like a video that I uploaded previously or recorded previously. Gosh, I wonder if there's some sort of setting that I've messed up somewhere along the line. If we go back to the current stream, maybe there's like a an item that I didn't check mark. It says, let viewers know your stream was previously recorded, so I thought maybe that was what was causing it. It doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, this whole black screen thing is just... super frustrating. Well, since I don't think anyone's watching at the moment, are they? I'm not getting anything on here, so what I might do is end the stream and then have a little bit of a play around, see if I can get this working on both.